I'll be telling you what third-party inspection is and why you need it, especially if you're doing Amazon FBA or Shopify or even both. What is up guys, my name is Orinn and welcome back to my channel. If you're excited about this video, be sure to give this a big thumbs up right now. If you want to learn more about online businesses and all things entrepreneurship, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. A third-party inspection company is a company who will inspect your products for you on behalf of you once they are ready to be shipped. Make sure to watch this video till the end because I will be sharing a very important tip right at the end of the video. So once you have placed your order with the manufacturer and now your products are ready to be shipped, that is the time when you need to get your products inspected. You want to make sure that your product is exactly what it's supposed to be and your product exactly matches your sample. You need to make sure that your product is high quality, doesn't have any scratches or anything like that, it's the right color and it's in good condition, and most importantly it is what you have confirmed and finalized with your manufacturer. So of course most of our manufacturers' factories are usually based in China because they are from China, and it's not practical for you to travel all the way to China before every shipment is ready, and this is exactly where a third-party inspection team comes in. When you're working with a new supplier and you have not built a relationship or a trust with them and you have never worked with them before, it is very important to do this. It can get very tricky and you need to absolutely protect yourself and your business and do your own due diligence before you actually make any final payment. Okay, so there are two ways to go about it. One is to hire a third-party inspection company and have them do the inspection for you. And number two is to inspect your products yourself. If you have a small quantity and maybe your inventory is only 200 to 300 pieces and you live in the US, then you can get this inventory at your home and do the inspection yourself first. Once they arrive, you can actually open up each box and check for the quality, if they are the right color, if they have any scratches and all those things, and you can inspect each of your product on your own and then pack them back and then send them to your fulfillment center if you're doing Shopify or your Amazon warehouse if you're doing FBA. And of course, if you're a small business and you operate from home, then you just simply prepare them for your customers, and as your orders come in, you send them out to your customers. Now, if they are not in good condition, then this might be a very risky situation because you have already made the payment before your inventory has arrived at your home. And now the only thing that you can do is to ask for a refund and hope that they will agree. But unfortunately, this usually does not work out because once the payment has been made and the final payment has been cleared, suppliers usually do not want to agree to such things. Also, this is so important for the people who are doing FBA because if your products arrive to the Amazon warehouse in poor condition, poor quality or damaged, and you get a lot of complaints from your customers, then Amazon will suspend and cancel your listing. And also at the same time, Amazon will ask you to remove your inventory from the warehouse, and if you ask Amazon to remove the inventory, they will also charge you a fee for that. Apart from all this, this will also create a very bad reputation for your brand's name in front of your customers and Amazon, and at the end you will also lose a lot of money. It's always a good practice to form a contract with your supplier and put that in the trade assurance in Alibaba. Always make sure to not pay your supplier any upfront payment before your products are ready and you have actually checked them. I have a video where I explain how to find quality suppliers and some of the important things that you need to keep in mind when you are dealing with your supplier. I'll have the link in my description box below. You can check that out. Other option is to hire a company for inspection in the same country and state where your goods are being manufactured, and in most cases for us it's China. A third-party inspection usually charge by the hour or by per unit. If it's going to be per unit, they usually charge 20 cents per unit, and roughly it would cost you around $200 to $300. I highly recommend this. This will be worth your money. If you have a very small inventory and you live in the US, then it's okay, you can skip this and you can have all your inventory shipped to your house and then you can check them. But if you are not residing in the US and you are selling in the US market, maybe in Amazon FBA or Shopify, then this is your best bet. Otherwise, it's going to be a huge expense for you to get all your products to your house and then have them shipped to the US again. For example, I live in Dubai and I sell in the US marketplace. So for me to have all my inventory come from China to Dubai and then I check them and then I send them to US, that's going to cost me a lot and it's going to eat into my profits. But regardless, I do suggest to get a third-party inspection in any case, because it's just going to save you a lot of time and money and a lot of stress. So how do you find a good third-party inspection company? All you do is go to Google and search third-party inspection China, and you put the province that your manufacturer is from. So for example, if your manufacturer is from Shenzhen, then you put a third-party inspection China Shenzhen or just Shenzhen, and then you'll just find a bunch of options. It is better to get an inspection company locally from the same province as your manufacturer. Otherwise, if it is from another province, then they will take time and transport to reach your manufacturer's facilities, and they will charge you an additional fee for that. So just go ahead with a company from the same province. You'll be able to tell by their website if they are good enough, and you'll be able to figure that out yourself, that if they are legitimate enough to work with you, and then simply send them an email. You want to send them every single detail of all the things you want them to check. For example, the color, the logo placement, any scratches, dents, defects, if it's functioning well, and even in some cases a drop test. Make sure to send them all clear pictures and videos so it's easier for them to compare. And if it's a good third-party inspection company, they usually have a form on their website. You can simply fill that. It will have everything, and you can let them know about what all exactly you want them to inspect. And also, if they don't have that, you can simply email them all your requirements. So once they go for the inspection, there are two ways to go about it. One, they can do a full inspection, and the other one is that they can do a partial inspection. And I highly suggest to do a full inspection. If you choose to do a partial inspection, then that might be only 10% inspection of your units. So for example, you have 200 pieces, then that will be only 20 units that they will be inspecting. And if they find out 2 or 3 of the units are defected from those 20 that they just checked, then you'll have to get your entire order checked anyways to find out that if any of the other units are defected, and then so you'll have to anyways go and pay the entire full inspection fees. So you might as well book the full inspection in the first place. If the inspection fails and they are poor quality or defected or damaged, then what you do is you tell your manufacturer to replace them and reproduce them for you, or otherwise you ask them to remove them from the order and you don't pay them for those defected ones. It's going to be worth your time and money, and it's also going to save you from a lot of hassle and a lot of headache. And it's important for you to know this when you're working with a new supplier. So this happens a lot. Initially, when you order your samples, your supplier will send you a very good product. It will be high quality, it will be amazing, and it's because so you go ahead with the order and confirm your order. Once you confirm your order, sometimes what they do is they go and try to source an identical product which is much poor quality and cheaper so they can make some money. And unfortunately, they will put that cheaper quality product in your bulk order. They know that you are in another part of the world and you won't be actually coming to check all your products, and they give you these cheaper quality products so they can make some quick bucks. This usually happens if your supplier is a trading company and not the actual manufacturers of these products. It could be hard to differentiate sometimes for good and bad suppliers when you are on Alibaba and looking for your suppliers. So when you're on Alibaba, you will come across two kinds of suppliers. One will be the manufacturers and one will be the trading company. The manufacturers are the ones who are actually producing these products in their factories. They have the facilities and they are the manufacturer of these products, whereas the trading companies are the ones who are outsourcing these products for you from a manufacturer. I highly suggest you to go ahead with the manufacturers because they are the safest option and also they are your direct source. If you go ahead with a trading company, they might not all be bad, some of them might be good, but there is always a risk involved and these kind of bad business practice might take place. I have a detailed video on how to differentiate between manufacturers and trading companies and how to find high quality suppliers. The link for that will be in the description box below. Like I mentioned earlier, you can check that out. But even if you go ahead with a manufacturer, I highly suggest you to do the inspection. You never know, something could have gone wrong in the production or something like that, and it's extremely important for your business, and especially if you don't have a relationship with your supplier yet. Once you get in touch with the inspection company, they usually take 1 to 2 business days to get back to you. Once they get back to you and you book with them, this should ideally be your pre-shipment inspection, and this takes about 1 day to finish, and they would charge you roughly around $300 for this. Once it's done, they will send you a full report and they will send you all the pictures and all the details, and they will basically stamp it if it has passed or failed. Also very important, and I did mention earlier also, that never to pay your supplier in full before you have checked your products. Typically it should be 30% down payment initially when you confirm the order, and then after it's ready and you have checked your products, then you pay the remaining 70% before it's shipped. If your supplier doesn't agree to this, then there is something not right about the supplier and you move to a different supplier. Now, I recently came across a supplier who wanted me to pay them $400 for me to get my inspection team inside of their facilities. So this is very unreasonable because you do not need to pay a supplier to check your own products. Their reasoning was, they said that 2 of their workers will have to dedicate a full day for this, and because of that, this is the charge. And this should never be our problem. This should never be the case that you will have to pay your supplier to see and check your own products. If you ever come across a situation like this, I suggest you to not agree with them at all. What you do is you explain them that, for example, if you were to travel to China to visit their facilities to check your products, would they charge you for that? And here you are just sending your team on behalf of you to check your products. Another important thing to know is that you must mention this to your supplier way before you finalize your order, that you will be sending an inspection team once your inventory is ready, and make sure to have this in your contract and have this contract uploaded in your Alibaba inside of your trade assurance. In my case, my inventory was ready and I had to get them checked and I had to get them out. So I kind of negotiated with them and got the price down to $50 and they agreed. But I honestly think that we should never pay them a dime to check our own products. There should never be a charge for you to go check your own products. This is just one of the ways that they sometimes try to make some quick bucks on the side, but try not to agree to something like this. A third-party inspection company brings a fresh pair of eyes in your supplier's facilities, and I highly recommend it. Pro tip that I said I will share at the end of the video is that when you are at your sample stage, make sure to get at least 2 or 3 samples and not 1. And once you have your samples, and when you go ahead and book your third-party inspection team, send one of the samples to them. What will happen is that this will give them a better idea of how your product looks like and feels like, and they will be able to give you a foolproof report. If this video was helpful or added any value, please give us a big thumbs up. Also subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in comments below if you have any questions. I'll try my best to answer most of them, and I'll see you in the next one.